The morning sunlight broke gently across Arlington National Cemetery, glowing like soft gold on the endless rows of white headstones. Admiral Rebecca Hartley stepped out of her government sedan, her polished black shoes sinking slightly into the fresh, dew-coated grass. She inhaled deeply, steadying her heart. Today marked 5 years since her daughter, Lieutenant Sarah Hartley, had been laid to rest. But nothing, no rank, no uniform, no medals, ever prepared a mother for this walk. As Rebecca approached her daughter's grave, she noticed something strange. Someone was already there. A man, mid-30s, wearing a faded green maintenance uniform, knelt beside the stone, shoulders shaking as he tried to quiet his crying. In his right arm he held a baby girl bundled in a soft pink blanket. The infant wasn't crying loudly. She was fussing the way babies do when their world feels unsettled. The man wiped his face with the back of his sleeve, embarrassed, as though trying to hide from the morning breeze itself. Rebecca stopped several steps away. She had expected solitude. Maybe an empty bench nearby, a bird or two, the distant hum of the city. Not this. Not a stranger crying at her daughter's grave. A military helicopter flew overhead, its blades thumping rhythmically before drifting toward the Pentagon. Usually, Rebecca barely noticed aircraft noise. Today it felt like a beat echoing inside her chest. The man finally looked up. His eyes were red, and exhaustion carved deep lines into his face. He shifted the baby carefully, protectively, almost instinctively. I'm sorry, he whispered, trying to stand. I didn't mean to be in your way. Rebecca forced her breath steady. You're not in my way. But may I ask why you're here? Did you know my daughter? The man hesitated, clutching the baby a little tighter. My name's Daniel Brooks. I'm a janitor at the Veterans Center nearby. I come through here every morning before my shift. I clean the grounds sometimes when they need extra hands. His voice softened. I stop at Sarah's grave often. She helped me. Rebecca's brows tightened slightly. Helped you? Sarah passed away years ago. Daniel nodded slowly. Yes, ma'am. But she helped me when she was alive. He looked down at the baby, then back at Sarah's stone. I was a struggling single father even back then, working double shifts, taking classes at night, barely keeping food in the fridge. Sarah used to come into the center to volunteer. She always talked to me like my life mattered. His voice wavered. She encouraged me to keep going. She told me I wasn't failing my daughter. Rebecca swallowed. She had known Sarah volunteered. But not with whom. Not like this. The baby gurgled softly, gripping Daniel's thumb. Rebecca felt a pull in her chest. A mother's instinct mixed with something deeper. Something she didn't yet understand. Daniel continued. She always said kindness isn't a grand gesture. It's consistency. Showing up. She said that to me just a week before her last deployment. Rebecca felt the edges of her heart tighten. Memories of Sarah's laugh, Sarah's stubborn courage, Sarah's last hug at the airport. They washed over her like an unexpected storm. What's her name? Rebecca asked, nodding to the baby. Lily, Daniel whispered. She's 8 months old. Rebecca took one more step. Something about Lily's tiny face, the curve of her cheek, the softness of her eyes. It tugged at her deeply, almost frighteningly. Daniel swallowed. Every year on this day, I come here to say thank you. Because if Sarah hadn't encouraged me, I don't think I would have made it this far with Lily. Rebecca's throat tightened. You honor her by being here. A breeze swept through, rustling the trees. Somewhere beyond the cemetery, a city bus passed on the distant road, its engine humming through the morning quiet. Daniel lifted his eyes again. Admiral, there's more. Something I think you deserve to know. Rebecca's spine straightened. Something about his tone, hesitant, almost wounded, made her chest tighten. What is it? She asked softly. Daniel took a breath. It's about Sarah and Lily. He held the baby closer, gently, protectively. and Rebecca suddenly felt the air around her hold still. Daniel exhaled, his hands trembling slightly as he shifted Lily against his shoulder. The baby blinked curiously toward Rebecca, reaching her small hand outward as if sensing something familiar. "Admiral," Daniel said quietly, "Sarah wasn't just someone who encouraged me. She saved me when my life was falling apart. I didn't know how to be a father. My wife, Anna, passed away shortly after Lily was born. I was drowning. Sarah stepped in. She brought groceries. She helped with paperwork. She even watched Lily when I had night shifts." Rebecca felt the earth tilt beneath her feet. Sarah never told her this. Not once. Daniel's voice cracked. "I didn't want to burden her, but she insisted. She said kindness didn't need an invitation. It needed courage." Rebecca closed her eyes briefly. Yes, that sounded like Sarah. Always giving. Always showing up for someone else. When she opened her eyes, Daniel continued. The night before her final deployment, she brought over a small pink blanket for Lily. "This one." He lifted the baby slightly. She said she wanted Lily to always have something warm from someone who believed in her father. A sharp ache filled Rebecca's chest. An ache made of pride, grief, and something unnamed. Daniel gently rocked Lily. "After Sarah died, I couldn't bring myself to tell you, or anyone. I thought maybe you'd think I was using her memory. I didn't want that. But every year this day, come here, with Lily, because your daughter changed our lives." Rebecca's eyes softened, filling with emotion she didn't try to hide. "Thank you for telling me." But Daniel wasn't finished. He looked down at the baby again, then back at Rebecca. "Admiral, there's something else." Rebecca's breath caught. Daniel pulled a small, folded letter from his pocket. The paper was worn, edges soft, as if touched many times. "She wrote this to you," Daniel said. "She gave it to me the night before she left. She asked me to deliver it if she didn't come back." Rebecca's heart lurched. Her hands trembled as she accepted the letter. She opened it slowly, gently, as though afraid the paper might dissolve. Sarah's handwriting, curved, bright, unmistakably hers, spread across the page. "Mom, if you're reading this, then God had other plans for me. I know you're hurting, but there's something you must know. I am not alone in what I leave behind. I found purpose helping a small family that needed love. They reminded me why you raised me the way you did. Mom, please, if anything ever happens to me, don't let Daniel or his child feel alone. They're good people. They deserve kindness. Your daughter always, Sarah." Rebecca pressed the letter against her chest, eyes burning. Daniel's voice softened. "I didn't come earlier because I felt unworthy. I thought maybe I failed her. But today, I knew Lily deserved to know where her angel came from." Rebecca stepped closer, eyelids trembling. She reached out, and Daniel carefully placed Lily into her arms. The moment Lily rested against her uniform, something inside Rebecca broke and healed all at once. The baby nestled comfortably, tiny fingers gripping the edge of Rebecca's collar, as though she knew her already. A trembling whisper escaped Rebecca's lips. "She's beautiful." Daniel nodded. "She is." Birds fluttered across nearby trees as a gentle wind swept over the cemetery. The city hummed in the distance. Cars passing, life moving, people unaware of the moment happening here. Rebecca swallowed, her voice barely steady. "Daniel, I want to help. Sarah wanted us connected. And I want to honor her." Daniel's eyes widened with both relief and disbelief. "You, Admiral, you don't have to." "I want to," Rebecca said firmly. "No parent should raise a child alone. Sarah believed in you, and now, I want to believe with her." Daniel exhaled shakily. "Thank you. I don't have much family. Lily and we've been surviving on hope." Rebecca carefully handed Lily back, though her fingers lingered gently on the baby's hand. "Then let's start rebuilding," she whispered. And in that moment, beneath the soft rustle of leaves and the warm glow of morning, something beautiful took root, born of grief, anchored in kindness, and lifted by love. Over the next few weeks, an unexpected rhythm began to grow between Rebecca, Daniel, and little Lily. They met in parks across Washington, D.C., the calm lakeside paths of Rock Creek Park, the cherry blossom-lined walkways near the tidal basin, and even the peaceful benches overlooking the Lincoln Memorial reflecting pool. Rebecca would bring snacks and warm blankets. Daniel would bring Lily's toys and her tiny bottle. The city around them bustled with buses rattling along Constitution Avenue, tourists riding open-roof double-decker buses, and cyclists weaving through the pathways. But within their small circle, everything felt gentle, human, healing. Rebecca watched Daniel with growing admiration. He wasn't just a janitor working long hours. He was a father determined to give his daughter a safe life. His hands were rough, his clothes simple, but the way he held Lily, with a tenderness that wrapped her in constant love, made Rebecca's heart soften every time. One Saturday afternoon, they met at a quiet picnic area near Theodore Roosevelt Island. Sunlight glimmered off the Potomac River. Birds soared over the water. The city skyline stood proud in the distance. Daniel settled Lily on a soft blanket, letting her grip colorful toys. Rebecca sat opposite him, watching the little girl squeal happily. "You're good with her," Daniel said quietly. Rebecca smiled. "Sarah always said I'd be a good grandmother one day." Daniel hesitated, then spoke softly. "Admiral, I know Lily isn't your granddaughter, not by blood, but if you want to, if it ever feels right to you," he swallowed nervously, "I'd like her to grow up with you in her life. She deserves strong women to guide her. And you remind me a lot of Sarah." Rebecca's breath caught. She stared at Lily, bright-eyed, innocent, full of life. And suddenly, she realized something. She did feel like a grandmother. Not because of genetics, because of love, because of connection, because of Sarah. She looked at Daniel tenderly. "I would be honored." Daniel exhaled, relief washing through him like a warm tide. "Thank you." Really. Their new life unfolded slowly. Rebecca helped Daniel find a better apartment in a family-friendly neighborhood. She used her connections to get him enrolled in a night program for skilled trades. Daniel, in turn, brought light back into Rebecca's days, inviting her to Lily's doctor checkups, weekend strolls, first giggles, and even tiny milestones like Lily learning to hold her bottle. Months passed. Seasons softened. On the anniversary of Sarah's passing the following year, they returned together, now a family of 3, to her gravestone. Lily toddled uncertainly between them, holding one hand of each adult. Rebecca had tears in her eyes as she watched her granddaughter in kind wobble happily over the green grass. Daniel placed a bouquet of white lilies on Sarah's stone. Rebecca added a small handwritten note. "Sarah, your kindness didn't end with you. It lives on in us. Thank you for giving us this family." A gentle breeze moved through the cemetery once more, almost as if answering them. Lily giggled, reaching toward the sky with both hands. Rebecca whispered, "She feels her." "I know she does." Daniel nodded. "We both do." Together, they stood in silence, honoring the past, cherishing the present, and building a future Sarah had unknowingly knitted together with strands of kindness. A car passed quietly on the far road. A distant helicopter drifted across the horizon. Life, steady and peaceful, moved around them, but nothing could move them away from the moment they now shared. A moment born from loss, sustained by kindness, transformed into family. In time, Daniel finished his training program and secured a stable job. Rebecca attended Lily's birthdays, her first steps, her first words. As Lily grew, she learned about the brave woman who had changed her father's life. A woman whose kindness echoed through generations. And every year, together, they visited Sarah's grave. Not in sorrow, but in gratitude. Because sometimes, The greatest random act of kindness is the legacy you leave behind, in the lives you unknowingly weave together. Dear viewers, thank you for listening to this emotional story of kindness, hope, and unexpected family. If this story touched your heart, please take a moment to comment below and share what part moved you the most. Your words truly help our community grow. Please like this video, share it with your friends, and help spread kindness across the world. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel Kindness Quest for more inspiring stories filled with compassion, humanity, and hope. Your support means everything. Stay kind, stay blessed, and we'll see you in the next story.